Gentle, whimsical music starts and fades into the background. Hello, and welcome to Meadowbrook, our quiet little village where the sun always seems to shine a little brighter. Today, we're not just in any corner of this lovely place. We're in Mrs. Gable's cozy cottage, where the scent of baking and flowers always hangs in the air. Now, Mrs. Gable is known for many things, her prize-winning roses, her warm smile, but she's also known for her very special visitor. Look, there he is now, perched on the garden wall. That's Whiskers. He's a sleek, black short-hair cat with the most brilliant emerald green eyes you've ever seen. He's not just any cat. He's a connoisseur of comfort and, as it turns out, a student of the culinary arts. Every morning, like clockwork, he pads his way through the dukest grass, across the stone path, and right up to Mrs. Gable's kitchen door. Today, something special is on the menu: American blueberry pancakes. Good morning, Whiskers, Mrs. Gable says, her voice as warm as a summer breeze, as she opens the door. I had a feeling I'd be seeing you. Are you ready for our little adventure today? Whiskers replies with a soft, melodic meow, winding around her ankles before trotting purposefully towards the back garden. He knows the first rule of making the best blueberry pancakes is using the best blueberries. And the best blueberries, of course, are found right here in Mrs. Gable's sun-drenched garden patch. We follow them out into the glorious morning. The air is alive with the buzz of bees and the chirping of sparrows. The blueberry bushes are laden with plump, deep blue jewels, each one glistening with morning dew. Mrs. Gable carries a small wicker basket, and Whiskers, with an air of great importance, leads the way. He sniffs at the bushes, his nose twitching as if inspecting each one for quality. Ah, you've found the perfect spot, Whiskers. Mrs. Gable chuckles, kneeling beside a particularly lush bush. You always know where the sweetest ones are hiding. She begins to gently pluck the berries, dropping them into her basket. Plink, plunk, plink. It's a rhythmic, peaceful sound. Whiskers sits nearby, watching her every move, his green eyes wide with focus. Occasionally, a rogue berry will tumble from a leaf, and he'll bat at it playfully with a soft paw, a tiny silent hunter in the great green expanse of the garden. He seems to understand the importance of this first step. You can't rush perfection. After all, the basket is soon brimming with beautiful, fragrant blueberries. It's a bounty that promises incredible flavor. All right, my little helper, Mrs. Gable announces, standing up and brushing the soil from her knees. I think we have more than enough. Shall we head back to the kitchen and work our magic? Whiskers answers with an enthusiastic chirp and a flick of his tail, already trotting back towards the cottage. He knows what comes next. The real alchemy is about to begin inside, where flour, milk, and eggs will be transformed into a breakfast fit for, well, a very discerning cat and his favorite human. Back in the heart of the home, Mrs. Gable's kitchen is a picture of warmth and welcome. A large wooden table sits in the center, bathed in sunlight pouring through the window. Whiskers hops gracefully onto his favorite stool, settling in to supervise the proceedings. He knows his role is crucial. First things first, Mrs. Gable begins tying on her apron. We need our dry ingredients. She pulls out a large, cheerful-looking ceramic bowl. Into it, she measures 200 grams of self-raising flour. It falls into the bowl like a soft, white cloud. This gives our pancakes that lovely, fluffy lift, she explains to her attentive audience of one. Next, she adds 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This is our little secret for extra puffiness. She winks at Whiskers. And finally, just a tiny pinch of salt. To bring out all the sweetness, she murmurs, her hands moving with the familiar grace of someone who has done this 1,000 times. She gives the dry ingredients a quick stir with a whisk, combining them into a uniform, powdery mix. Now for the wet ingredients. In a separate jug, she cracks a fresh egg from one of her own hens. A happy chicken makes for a happy pancake, she says with a smile. She pours in 300 milliliters of creamy milk and beats them together until the mixture is a pale, sunny yellow. All right, Whiskers, here comes the fun part, Mrs. Gable announces. She makes a well, a little crater, in the center of the flour mixture. It's a classic technique, a little nest waiting to be filled. She slowly pours the egg and milk mixture into the center, whisking from the inside out. The batter starts to come together, thick and smooth. There are no frantic movements, just a steady, patient rhythm. The key is not to overmix, she advises. Just until it's smooth. Lumps are the enemy of a perfect pancake. Once the batter is glossy and thick, she adds the final touches. A knob of melted butter goes in, beaten until just combined. For richness and that beautiful golden color, she explains. And now for the stars of the show. She takes the basket of freshly picked blueberries and gently stirs half of them into the batter. She's careful not to crush them, wanting them to remain whole, ready to burst with flavor as they cook. The batter is now a beautiful creamy white, dotted with gorgeous purple-blue gems. Whiskers leans forward, his nose twitching, inhaling the sweet, promising aroma. His tail gives a slow, deliberate swish. The anticipation is palpable. Mrs. Gable moves over to the stove, placing a large non-stick frying pan over a medium heat. She adds a teaspoon of sunflower oil, letting it heat up until it shimmers. Time to cook, she declares. She takes a large tablespoon and scoops up a generous amount of batter, dropping it carefully into the hot pan. 1 dollop, then a second, and a third. They spread into perfect little circles, each about 3 inches across. Now it's a waiting game. We watch for the bubbles. Whiskers, she whispers, as if sharing a secret. And sure enough, after about 3 minutes, tiny bubbles begin to appear on the surface of each pancake, popping gently. That's our signal, she says, expertly flipping them over with a spatula. The underside is a perfect, even golden brown. It's a beautiful sight. They cooked for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side until they're refluffy and golden all the way through. The kitchen fills with the most incredible smell, warm, sweet, and buttery, with the tantalizing scent of cooked blueberries. As the first batch is done, she slides them onto a plate and covers them with a clean kitchen towel to keep them warm. She repeats the process. Her movements a practiced, graceful dance, spooning, waiting, flipping. Soon a tall, steaming stack of perfect blueberry pancakes sits on the counter. The sight alone is enough to make your mouth water. And now, for the finishing touches, Mrs. Gable says, her eyes twinkling. She arranges the stack of warm pancakes on a pretty plate. She takes the remaining fresh blueberries and scatters them generously over the top and around the plate. The final glorious touch is a drizzle of golden maple syrup cascading down the sides of the pancake stack in sticky amber rivers. It's a masterpiece. A symphony of color, texture, and aroma. Mrs. Gable places the plate on the kitchen table. She then prepares a tiny saucer, breaking off a small, bite-sized piece of pancake, making sure it has a juicy blueberry in it, and placing it down for her loyal assistant. "There you are, my dear Whiskers," she says softly. "A reward for all your hard work." Whiskers hops down from his stool, approaches the saucer with dignity, and takes a delicate bite. He chews thoughtfully, his emerald eyes closing for a moment in pure bliss. A soft, rumbling purr begins to emanate from his chest. It's the highest form of praise, the ultimate seal of approval. And so, in a sunlit kitchen in the heart of Meadowbrook, a woman and a cat share a perfect breakfast, a moment of simple, delicious joy created together from the garden to the plate. It's a reminder that the best things in life are often the simplest, especially when shared with a friend. Thank you so much for joining us in Mrs. Gable's kitchen today. We hope this little story brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed our peaceful morning, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more heartwarming tales from Meadowbrook. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.